Hi, Miss Hutchison.
Hello, how are you?
I'm okay, thank you.
Good. Are you okay to talk?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I've spoken so there were 2 points. One was about the contract and the other one was about the actual caster flutter itself. So I've spoken to our head of wheelchairs about the caster flutter. He said more than likely in most cases that is to do with having a twisted chassis. So I don't know if they've ever looked at that for you.
No, can I explain what the problem is?
Yeah, sure.
Last year, I was invited to the wheelchair services. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, God. Hold on. I'm dealing with a shopping bag with the straps are breaking, so I'm just...
Oh, do you want me to call back?
No, it's good. I've got it balanced now.
Okay.
So I was introduced to a brand new Action 3 NG.
Okay.
And I was testing it on the level surface outside the NHS building, and it still had caster flutter.
Right,
And that was on the level, not even going downhill.
Okay.
And I think that was happening at about 7.5 kilometers an hour.
Right, okay.
So the issue is that the wheelchairs, this is an inbuilt design flaw, and it's from my most recent investigations over the last month, it's because on pneumatic casters, the valve is located on one side. It's made of metal, so it puts an extra weight of about 5 or 6 grams on one side of the caster,
Okay.
and that's what's causing the problem.
Right,
So
okay.
the issue could be solved by putting a counterweight on the opposite side of the caster, and another solution that is advertised on YouTube by a chap called Hugh Hunt, a professor at Cambridge University, is you have to take out the inner tube valve, put a certain number of 3.5mm ball bearings in the inner tube, put the valve back, and by some magical mystery of physics, those tiny ball bearings settle into a position that automatically rebalance the caster.
Right, okay.
And so this is the issue. But the problem is that the people who are employed in the wheelchair services either don't know this information, or they're not informing the patients of this information. I've been a wheelchair user for 21 years, and nobody has ever gone into this depth of discussion with me.
Right, okay. I mean, obviously, I don't have the technical knowledge to be able to do that, and obviously we don't have the contract now, so we're not able to do anything to your wheelchair, but I just thought I'd have a conversation with our head wheelchair service to see if anything else comes
Yes.
up. But obviously, you seem to know what the issue is, and just kind of explaining that to...
Yeah. Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah,
Can I ask you the name of the gentleman with whom you spoke?
Yeah, his name is Paul Lawrence.
Paul Lawrence. And is Mr. Lawrence a registered clinician?
No, he isn't, no, but he's looked after the wheelchair services for a long time.
Okay, so he's not a rehabilitation engineer, not an OT.
No, he's not. But he has managed a team of rehab engineers, etc., so and OTs. But he isn't though. But the other thing that you asked me about was about the contract. I spoke to our legal counsel, but unfortunately I can't share the details of the contract with you. But what he suggested was, because the contract is between, as I said yesterday, between Millbrook and Bucks County Council, so he suggested if you put a freedom of information request into Bucks County Council, then obviously they would have to consider that and to look at.
I haven't got the mental capacity to do that, because these people who run freedom of information, they deliberately frustrate people because they don't want to hand out any information. They make sure that it runs for over a month, and after a month, if they send me information, I've forgotten why I have to ask for it in the first place. And even if I say to them, include my request with the data you send me and phone me up, they just won't do it.
I understand your frustration, but that is the only route that you can go.
It's not frustration. What it is that my wheelchair is not safe because these people won't tell me what medical care I'm entitled to.
There is very little else that I can do, Mr. Colton, apart from I've handed all the information over to Millbrook. As I say, the information now the contract now is between Millbrook and Buckinghamshire County Council.
I know that's a contract now. I'm talking about my rights under the contract in the past.
Yeah, and I can't answer that question because I don't have that information. But like I say, the only way that you could get that information is for the current contract is to request that under a freedom of information request. But you could have, as I mentioned yesterday, there are advocacy services that can help you do that. I know you're not keen on
But
that.
advocacy people don't understand anything about wheelchairs. How could they possibly help me?
No, but they don't need to understand the specifics of your wheelchairs. But in order for you to put in a freedom of information request, etc., there's very little else that I can do for you.
I have pointed out that I have not got the mental capacity to work with advocates. That just makes things more difficult.
Okay. I honestly don't think there is anything else that I can do personally.
Can I write to the CEO of the HCPC about this telephone call and ask their fitness to practice department to let me know if an OT or any other clinician like a rehab engineer or even somebody who's not even a member of theirs but is running. How did you describe Mr. Lawrence's job title?
He's head of wheelchair services.
A head of wheelchair services. I just want to know how they cannot be aware of these types of problems.
I'm not saying he's not aware, Mr. Colton. I'm not saying he's not aware. I just gave him a very quick description of said, do you know anything about caster flutter? Obviously, we don't know your case. We've not done we've not done the assessment. I don't know you personally. I don't know your wheelchair or your situation. So that's why you have to go back to Buckinghamshire Council and say, you need a reassessment, or you need to let Millbrook come out and have a look at your wheelchair and see what they can do.
But I've already spoken to James, and he's saying that this is something that's not included in the contract. I want to argue that it is included in the contract, and they are supposed to fix this. They can't just abandon a person with fluttering casters.
Okay, well that's something that you need to. No, I sound like I'm passing the buck. I'm really not passing the buck. I'm just saying that the contract now is between Millbrook and Bucks Council. So you need to approach Bucks Council to ask what's in the contract, and the way that you do that is either if they won't give it to you in a straightforward manner, you have to do a freedom of information request. I'm afraid.
Why are you afraid? Why are you afraid? What's there to be afraid of?
I don't mean it in that way. It's just a tone of phrase, isn't it? To say that unfortunately there isn't an alternative.
But why is it? It's not unfortunate in the slightest. It is medical abandonment. That's not unfortunate. It's an act of abandonment. When somebody is in medical need, the patients are just abandoned.
Well, I think that Millbrook. I mean, we have sort of. We understand from Millbrook is that they are trying to come out and see you and to have a look. But I understand that you weren't very keen on that.
No. The problem was that they didn't receive the computer files. So that's why I contacted the Bucks Healthcare to send it to them. But the problem was that they were supposed to come on Friday, but I was at my neurologist.
Right.
And then when I phoned them up yesterday to try and sort it out, they had me mixed up with a different patient.
Okay.
Honestly,
I can't comment on that because I don't work for Millbrook and I don't work for Bucks County Council, and our company is now in liquidation, and we don't have, I don't have any influence over that contract at all.
Okay, but if you're in liquidation, and the liquidation hasn't been done properly, your organisation is still liable for the problems that I'm experiencing, and therefore the liquidator has to give me compensation for this. He can't just hand everything over to Millbrook and say it's now Millbrook's problem, because my problem in the past was with NRS, who never sorted out the caster problem.
Okay, I can't comment on that because I don't know the particular circumstances. I'm not going to comment on that. But there is very little, I think, that I can do at the moment. I am going to have a call with the official receiver this afternoon.
Yes. Can you please tell him that the process that they are doing is not being done properly, because my casters still haven't been sorted out, and so whatever they're doing, they're not doing it properly.
Okay, I will pass that message on. But in the meantime, I suggest that you can, the only route that you can go really in order to get this sorted is via Millbrook. Okay.
I'm going tell the receiver that I'm going to report their actions to whichever professional body they're members of, in order that they can be called in, investigated, and receive better training.
Okay, I'll pass that message.
You tell them that they cannot do this to disabled people who are in the middle of medical care.
I will pass that on, and
Yes.
I will also, send a message to Millbrook as well, and to say that you are, you will be contacting them to see if we can get this sorted, see if they can get this sorted.
I have tried to contact them. They just put the phone down on me. What can I do?
Okay, all right. I will have a conversation with them as well.
You tell them that I have caster flutter problems. It's got nothing to do with the frame being out of kilter. It's to do with the fact that on pneumatic tyres, the valve is on one side. It causes imbalance. That's where it's coming from, and they have to they have to engage with their patient to find a solution. And if the patient has a brain injury and has difficulty communicating, they have to consider. Well, let me get this one right, Miss Hutchison. They have to consider what their duties are in terms of communicating with patients who have brain injuries and who might be more difficult to communicate with than patients who don't have brain injuries.
Yeah, of course. And the wheelchair service are more than used to dealing with people, obviously, with a range of different disabilities.
Well, yes, because all they do is they just ban you and marginalise you. But that's not receiving medical treatment.
Okay, well, I can't comment on that because I don't know your history with the wheelchair service. But what I will do is I will have that conversation. If I've got any more information, I will pass it on to you.
Yes. To make it in a very simple sentence, just say that Mr. Colton is insisting that that those responsible, the wheelchair service or the NRS, the repairers, engage more fully with Mr. Colton, the patient, on getting the casters balanced. Getting the casters balanced, they have to put more effort into it.
Okay, I'll pass that message on.
Yeah, that's the most simple way I can put it. Thank you, Miss Hutchison.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, bye-bye. Thank you for calling.
No worries, take care, bye-bye.
Bye, thank you.